froze up a little bit. Uh-oh. Hi, how are you guys today? Alyssa J. Dillon here. You guys, I'm going to be honest. I have a bang right now. Bang. Does anyone else drink this? I don't even know. It's like drinking Red Bull, I'm pretty sure. It says it has like aminos and creatine. Typically, I drink these before I work out. Typically, I do CrossFit in the morning, and typically I drink them then. Today, I didn't do CrossFit because I had a hair appointment to get my hair done. Oh, shit. I got to let my team know that I'm live in here. That's probably a good idea. Live. Okay. All right, let's get everybody on. Yeah, so I got my hair done. I got a blowout today. I'm looking good, looking fancy. Oh, shoot, you know what else I forgot to do? Hey, babe, you want to switch those lights on for me? This one right here. Thanks, you're so great. Do you want to come on live and introduce yourself?
No, your kids are miserable.
My kids are miserable. Yes, they are. You wanted to go get them early. Just as a reminder. My husband and I went and got our kids early today. I had such a crazy morning. I had a great morning. I have some really incredible things happening right now to me in my business. Really starting to be acknowledged for the work I do in the content and copywriting space. And so I had a really amazing opportunity that unfortunately I'm not allowed to talk about yet. It's a big surprise. It's probably going to come towards the end of the year. But my team sent me flowers. My husband took me out to lunch. We got a beer. And now here we are. Okay, we're live. Day 4. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. So let's jump into the content. I don't want to like waste too much time. Today, we're actually going to talk about the 4 pieces that make up any great value post or strategic value post. And I want to break that down for you today because I don't think enough people do this. They don't break down what it really means to create value in your content. So I'm going to do that for you today. The other thing we're going to do is I'm going to just do Q&A. So hot seat coaching. Let me know what you're struggling with. Give me details of it. I will read it. And I will coach you through whatever you need to be coached through. So Q&A today, if there's anything specific you want to talk about, anything specific you want to hear from me, do that. What else? Big shout out to my team. I gotta say, they have been kicking ass and taking names this week. They also found a way to send me flowers that my cats are about to attack. I can't think of what this one's name is. My cat's names are Simon and Art, like as in Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel. Yes, that was my doing. I'm kind of a hippie, you guys. I don't know if you know this about me. So big shout out to them. Love those ladies. They are incredible. They are the A-team. They really are the reason that this business runs the way it does. I cannot do any of this without them. I would not be here on this live without them, honestly. So Allie, Alexis, all of you, thank you so much. I really appreciate everything that you guys do to make all of this work. I have to go get the flowers though, so hold on. No. Here, so I'll show you guys the flowers. They're very pretty. I'm gonna put them right on my desk right here. I have a standing desk. I'm gonna put them on my desk because my cat was just trying to pull them off of, I put them over on our fireplace mantle, and my cat was trying to pull them off. So let's see. Yes, boot camp, how's everybody going? Your hair looks great. I'm looking at the comments. For the business content posting on our personal page, should it be public? Absolutely. Absolutely, it should be public, right? Okay, so a couple things I want to do. Before we jump into the content here, remember, we're going to give $50 away at the end of this. So whoever stays to the end is going to win $50 today. But first, what I want to do is I want to go into, I just want to give some shout outs to some people. Let's see. Hold on. Let's go over here. Holy crap, you guys, there are 42 members already in Moneymaker Bootcamp. And what I wanted to do is I just wanted to shout out and say congratulations to some of you. So I'm just going to roll off some first names. Congratulations to Dana, Emily, Felicity, Jen, Megan, Elizabeth, Hope, Pamela, Julie Collin Lowridge. This is her second time joining. Tanya, Melissa, Kendra, Krista Davidson, second time joining for her as well. Sarah Palms, this is her second time in. Jill Cooper, Sam Fair, Molly, Karen, Mandy, Beth Newton, Jen Bittinger. We have Dawn, Stephanie Smith, Marshall Bircher. I'm so excited to see you in there, dude. Vanessa Beard. We have Kendra. And I believe there should be more of you. Let's see, other members. Yeah, we have Sarah. Let's see, who over here? Josh Kaz Taylor, Cindy, Sarah Canifax, Melissa Mackey, Sarah Melvin, Michelle Hershow, Brianna Maldonado. Let's see, Amanda Stickle, Zachy Perez, Dawn Hassan. All of you, thank you so much. Congratulations. I'm so excited to help you guys on this journey. I know you guys are going to kill it. It's going to be so much fun. Honestly, it is like I said, if you missed it yesterday, boot camp is what makes marketing fun. It really does. It just takes marketing from, oh, I have to do these marketing things too. This gets to be fun. This gets to be enjoyable. We are going to, Law Ridge, easier to pronounce. Law Ridge. I'm working on it. Oh, Tawana Parker just enrolled 15 minutes ago. Congratulations. I am so excited to have you guys in there. All right. So congrats on that front. All right, let's get to the content of today. We are going to talk about the 4 elements of a post that makes it stand out. And I'm going to give you some really, really great content today. So if you don't have something to write down this information with, I want you to grab it. First, let's break it down, right? Let's talk about the 4 pieces. There are 4 pieces of any good piece of content that we want to make sure we have. So the first is a headline that gets people to stop scrolling. A headline that gets people to stop scrolling, right? And without a headline, let's talk about this. Without a headline, nobody knows what you're about to talk about. It's like if I were to jump on here and just start teaching and not talk to you about what we're going to do today. Not tell you this is the type of value you're about to get moving forward. If you stay and hang out, Jesus, did you guys just witness my cat trying to jump on my table? He's trying to get these flowers. You're such an asshole. Honestly, you are. Stop. I have 2 Bengal cats, you guys. They are wild. Like, I'm legitimately wild. They're wild. Okay. Oh my gosh. Woo. Who just shows up for no reason? I love that. Did you guys see him? Did you see him? That scared me. I don't even know what I looked like. Well, hold on. Let me catch my breath for a second. That was insane. Okay. Wow. Okay. Headline. We want people to show up. We want people to consume. The headline is the first line of the post. You even jumped? Okay, good. I'm so glad that I wasn't the only one that was like totally startled by what just happened. It's 15 minutes of fame. Oh my gosh. That was Art. That's Art. Art Garfunkel. He's a crazy guy. Okay, so I'm so glad everybody. So this cat just ran across the screen. Oh my gosh. You guys, this is my real life. Like, this is real. I'm a very real person, and this is my real life. In fact, I just had to kick my kids and everybody out of the living room. I'm in the back half of my living room at my standing desk because we have our internet down here. So I want to make sure I had really great internet. And I was like, no, go upstairs. Like, you guys are not staying down here. There's no way. Because here's the thing, you guys. If my kids were to stay down here, you know what they would do? They would, like, find a reason to scream, like, penis! Right? They would. I know they would do it because I have 2 boys they're obsessed with their bodies. I don't know. It's just, they're boys. I'm like, absolutely not. We're not chancing it. We're not. So, all right, let's get back into it. The headline of your post is going to be that first bold sentence. The first, it doesn't have to necessarily be actually bold, but that first sentence where you're going to let them know, stop scrolling. Stop scrolling. And so here are some of my tips for that. Some of my best tips to stop people from scrolling. Or you can look at this. This line could also be the subject of an email, right? It could, the ways that we get people to stop scrolling, the way we get people to pay attention, oh my gosh, this bang is killing me right now, is creating an open loop. Who knows what an open loop is? Have you ever heard of the term open loop? So typically we close loops for people, right? We want to close loop when we're explaining something. We want them to get the full picture and have the loop closed. When we put a headline out or a subject, even if you look on a news station, right? If you go open up a news station and they talk about the headlines or clickbait, it is an open loop. Open loops are created by saying things like the word this. So in your content for your first sentence, you could use this, like, I bet you're not doing this, or have you ever seen this, or I can't believe this, because we don't know what this is. In fact, Grammarly corrects me all the time. They're like, this isn't a full statement. Like, nobody knows. This is going to be really confusing for your audience. And I'm like, I know, Grammarly, thank you, but that's the point. Like, I'm trying to make sure that they keep scrolling and they click the see more, right? The see more with the 3 dots. That's our whole goal, is get somebody to click that see more, right? So using the word this. Yes, Tony Robbins specializes in this. Yeah, he does. Tony Robbins is really great at this. There's a lot of other really amazing marketers that are really good at this. So opening the loop. So it makes people curious. They want to find out more. 2 other really great, awesome tips for you guys. Making up your own word. Just make up your own word around whatever you're talking about, right? So it could be like, I'm trying to think of an example. We've done this before. If I'm talking about like, I can't think of anything right now. It doesn't matter. I don't need to give you an example. Making up your own word about it, right? So you could end a word that you want to use, like moneylicious or whatever, anything. You could change and restructure a word and make up your own word, because then people are like, what in God's name is she talking about, right? What is this? Or what is he talking about? So manifestation feedback loop is what I coined today. Yes. Half the stuff I say is made up. Perfect. Perfect. Let's see. What else do I have? Okay. So using a made up word to start, like, that's the first, and maybe add a couple emojis, right? Maybe it's like manifestation, right? If you want to talk about, like, maybe your post is all about how going on vacation, taking a break actually makes things come to you better, right? You manifest better. You are better at calling in the life you want, the love you want, the money you want when you actually give yourself a break. So manifestation is a word that you can make up. And people will be like, what? What is that? Right? They're interested. It creates an open loop. They are interested. Tell me more about this manifestation, right? All right. So Momsheimer. Yes. Yeah, that's perfect. All right. So third thing, let me think. I use the word this. Making up your words, adding a question mark. So you can add that to any statement, right? Maybe you are maybe you're a marriage coach. and you are writing a post about understanding each other, right? Having a really great communication. And you could just put like, should you communicate? Or you should communicate, ? And so it takes you should communicate from you should communicate, right? It makes it seem like, wait a second, should we? It opens the loop. So just adding a ? is a simple way of making your first headline stand out, making people think like, well, what else? What do I need to know about this, right? All right, the other way you could create really great headlines and make them stand out is by talking about results. If you want more clients, keep reading. If you want a better marriage, keep reading, right? So, love it? ? Right? Yeah, that's good. Amanda says, love it. So leaning into results. I wasn't going to tell you guys that one, but it's good. So there's 4 tips to help you with your headlines. Next piece of your content is empathizing. You have got to learn to empathize with your ideal client. Not only do you have to learn to empathize, you also have to have self-awareness. There has to be an incredible amount of self-awareness. Here's how I know this. When somebody says, well, I don't know how they would feel about that. And it's like, well, how would you feel? Like, what would you feel if you were in that situation? There is a lack of self-awareness, typically when we're coming out of, and I'm not trying to knock the system, but I'm going to knock the system a little bit. Let's be honest. If you're coming out of like an education background, you were highly educated, and then you stepped into the corporate world. You did all the things that you were told to do. You stepped into all the roles you were supposed to step into. This is what I have to do. This is what I was told to do. And you just keep moving without actually having self-awareness of what you want. What are your desires? How do you actually feel about it? Because we're so used to following instruction that we lack self-awareness. Entrepreneurs learn to develop an incredible sense of self-awareness. They learn to understand their own emotions, which helps them to understand other people's emotions. So if you are new to your entrepreneur journey, I promise you the self-exploration stage that you are about to go through is going to be incredible. It is the most incredible thing to learn more about who you really are, who you truly are, how you deeply feel about anything. But not only that, it helps you become a better parent, a better spouse, a better partner, a better friend. It helps you to serve others better. Loving these tips today, so helpful. This is such good information. Yes, yes, yes. So, empathizing with your ideal client really takes having an incredible amount of self-awareness. I was listening to a podcast today, and I just want to tell you guys this story about the way we are on the internet. And there's certain situations where we might read a statement and immediately we jump to a conclusion and we're immediately in fight or flight, right? Whenever something triggers us and we think it's wrong because it's opposite of what we've been told or opposite of our beliefs, we are triggered and we take action. We fight or we flight. We say, nope, like F off, you're terrible, you're wrong, that's not my belief system, how dare you say something different? Or what we do is we say, unfollow, I'm done with you. You shake my head, right? I got to shake my head today. Somebody commented on my other live in my other group. Shake my head. And it's like, oh my gosh, please. Like, if you don't like it, go do your own group, right? So we're immediately like, I'm going to fight against you or I'm going to flee. I'm going to leave. If we could learn as humans to instead analyze data and analyze our internal trigger, we would be able to communicate so much better. Imagine if you read something that pissed you off, right? Imagine, so let's decide that your entire life, this is actually the exact example that I heard about today. You have always believed that fruit is good for you. Fruit is great. Fruit is amazing. You should have a lot of fruit. Fruit has antioxidants. We've learned that, and we've been told our entire life. You look at the pie chart. Now that I think there's a pie circle, or the food triangle and the pie chart. I don't know what they're teaching these days in school. But vegetables and fruit have always been like, those are good foods. Those are great foods. You should eat them. You should have like 10 servings, eat them all, right? And so our entire lives, we have been trained to be told fruit is good. But if somebody says, fruit's actually terrible for you, it's really high in fructose. Fructose is bad. It can't actually be broken down into energy. What happens is it goes into your liver. Your liver can only store a very small amount of it, and then it turns into fat. It turns into fat stores. So by eating fruit, you could be gaining weight from it. And you might be pissed. Like, oh, hell no. Hell to the no. You are not telling me fruit is bad, because I have been told my whole life fruit is good. It is good. I love fruit. And I've been eating it because I do the right thing. And I nourish my body, right? And it goes against everything you've ever been in. And so you would do one of two things. You would fight back, right? You dig in your heels deeper, like, oh, hell to the no, I'm fighting you on fruit. Or you'd be like, I'm following this chick. She has lost her mind. But what you don't do is analyze the data. You don't take in the data and decide, that's an interesting perspective. Maybe I should look into that a little more. Maybe I should analyze that. Maybe I should empathize with that thought, right? So, the reason I'm telling you this story is because instead of empathizing, instead of bringing in data and analyzing it as humans, we have been taught this is good, this is bad. Don't analyze feelings. You either do what's right or you're doing the bad. And so for the first time in your life, especially as you learn to write content, you are going to have to analyze feelings. You are going to have to slow down. And so from the trigger, there's the trigger to fight or flight. I need you to get in between. I need you to be in that in between. Before I fight or flight, what am I feeling? Why is this making me feel that way, right? And that is what empathy is. That right there. The trigger to the fight or flight is empathy. And I need you to get a lot more of that. I will tell you, the people that have been on a self-evaluation journey, they understand themselves deeply. Maybe they've been through therapy, right? Those people are incredible copywriters. I believe that I am an incredible writer, an incredible content writer, because I have been in therapy for effing years, guys. I have gone through so much in my life that I couldn't avoid going to therapy. I had to learn so much about myself to get over my PTSD, all of my crap. Some of you know my story and some of you don't, and that's okay, right? But I've been through a lot, and so I became a really great writer because I learned to evaluate my own feelings, and therefore I have a really great way of evaluating your feelings. So, all right, let's move on from that. I hope this is so helpful for you. So what are the fighting words that trigger conversations? That's some homework there. Yeah, so what's going to tick people off, right? If you are ticking people off in your content, perfect. I love it. Do it. All right. So moving on. That was number 2, empathize. Number 3. Oh, shoot. What was I thinking? There's headline, empathize. So what do I want to call this? Number 3. It is having the showing up as the expert. That's what I'm going to call it. It's playing the expert role. So now you go into expert mode. Your expert mode is when You prove that you know something. How do you prove you know something? You tell a story. You document the example you have, right? If you are a fitness instructor and you spent the last 10 years putting together a framework of how to get the best, leanest, sexiest, most defined muscles, and you have a whole framework and you can show your body as living, breathing proof. Listen, it worked for me and I know it can work for you. And this is how I know. And this is exactly what I did. And this is how I can get you there in the shortest amount of time possible. It took me 10 years, but now I have the formula. I have the framework. So having the formula, having the framework, and documenting yourself as the expert, whether that's getting results for other people, whether that's getting results for yourself, or whether that's showing that you have the framework by explaining and breaking down what it is. How do you show up as the expert if you don't have all this experience to draw from? Hillary, I'm going to assume you must have some sort of experience. So you're the expert in what you know. A really great example of this is today, I spoke on something. I had to give a presentation today. Awesome opportunity. So excited to tell you guys about it. I can't though. So, I mean, it sucks. I wish I could. I even asked if I could. I was like, is it possible that I could tell people what's going on? And they're like, no. You're going to piss off a lot of people if you do that. And I was like, okay, fine. But I'm going to follow my instructions, right? All right. I am the expert only in what I know. I am only the expert in my personal experiences. There might be somebody out there who knows a hell of a lot more about writing content and writing copy than I do. But the thing is, I only have to know a little bit more than you guys. Just a little bit, just a tiny bit, right? I need to be like a couple steps ahead for me to close the gap between where you are and where I am. And so that's all you need to do. Your expert status is closing the gap from your ideal client to where you are right now. And I have to believe that there's some sort of information in there that you know more about than your ideal client. And here's the deal, guys. I'm gonna be raw. I'm gonna be real with you. If you don't know more about a certain topic than your ideal client, you're probably in the wrong space, or you need to start doing a hell of a lot of research, right? You need to become the expert by learning more and educating yourself more. I didn't come up here and say I'm the expert at copying content and I wrote my first post yesterday. Those people, you wouldn't believe me, right? You'd be like, this girl doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. All you need to know is how to close the gap from where you are to where your ideal client stands. That's it. Be the expert in that, even if it's the smallest amount of material. In fact, I'm willing to say if you narrow in and focus on a smaller amount of material instead of knowing everything and being the expert in everything, you will get more clients. Know it for a fact. I have narrowed in on taking content to conversations to clients. That is my specialty right here. Content to conversations to clients. That's what I do. That's all I know. I mean, I know a lot, you guys. I could teach you how to read your profit and loss statement. I could teach you how to make a beautiful graphic in Canva. I could teach you how to build a whole webinar. I'm not going to, because I've decided to narrow in what I teach, and I've decided that that's what makes me more money. Because I learned that niching from people that know more than me is the way to go. And after I've done it and I proved it to be true, I was like, okay, yeah, this is the way to go. Niching is the way to go. So all you need to know, couple steps ahead, a little bit of information, narrow your focus down. When I was in accounting, I didn't focus on knowing everything. I didn't focus on payroll, taxes, sales tax, future forecast. You know what I focused on? I called in all the people who were really behind. I said, if you're really behind on your books, if you haven't filed your taxes in a long ass time and it's suddenly an emergency, I will do it for you. It's going to cost you a lot of money. I was expensive, but I promised a short time frame, 8 to 12 weeks. I'll get 6 years of your bookkeeping done so you can take it to your tax provider or your tax service, right? That's what I did. That was my focus. And I made a lot of money doing that. I had months in accounting where I would close 25 to, I think my highest month was about $27,000 in cash. Just from saying, listen, you're really behind on your taxes. All of a sudden you're freaking out. You need somebody to get all of this in order. Hey, I'm your girl right here. I'll do it, and I'll do it fast. And I became the best at that. When somebody would go down to our local H&R Block, we have one like right down the road. When they would go there and they'd be behind, they'd go to H&R Block and be like, I need to get my taxes done. I'm like 6 years behind. They'd be like, okay, go to Alyssa. She'll get you caught up. When you'd go to the CPA I have right now, his name's Chris. You go to Chris, and Chris would be like, listen, I can't do your taxes. You're a mess. You're going to have to go to Alyssa. She'll get you caught up. I became the girl for that, right? So I focused in on one small area. I worked with a lot of businesses, a lot of different businesses, but I focused in on what I knew I could do best. I also heard the emergency. So many accountants and tax providers get like bitchy about like suddenly your emergency. Here's the thing. It is an emergency to them. Listen to them say it. Suddenly they're stressed out. Suddenly they're emotional. It's keeping them up at night. Solve their damn pain point, y'all. If that's what they're saying, don't be arrogant and be like, well, it's not your own fault. Solve the pain point. They're going to pay you a lot of money to do it, right? You're only pissed if you're getting underpaid for the work, or you're not evaluating the situation well enough and charging enough for it. That's when you get pissed. All right, so I digress. Show up as the expert. Fourth thing that you have to do, a call to action, my friends. Call to action. Please give me a call to action. We've talked about this all week. I think I've talked about it every single day I've been here. Give me the call to action. Tell me exactly what I need to do in your post to get your lead magnet, to get on a call with you, to have you message me. If I liked this post, right? It could be, hey, if you resonated with this post, comment below. And here's the thing, you can go a step further and you could tell them why you want them to comment. Comment so my post shows up in more people's newsfeed. Comment and tag your business bestie if they need to see this also. Hear the emergency. Yes, right? Hear it. Listen to it. That's your niche right there. Guys, too many of you are looking at your ideal client like they're a freaking idiot for asking you for something instead of saying, there it is. That's what I'm going to talk about, right? All right. So just to recap really quick. And then if you guys don't have questions, if you have questions, drop them in while I'm recapping. So 4 parts of your strategic post. And if you're in Moneymaker Bootcamp, I break this down even further. I break it down into more detail. I give you how many sentences. I tell you how to show up in that expert role. So I break it down deeper for my Moneymaker Bootcamp people. So you'll see that when you do your content training. Who's done the content training? Tell me who's done it. If you've done the content training, tell me how you feel. Tell me what you're loving. I want to know. If you're in Moneymaker Bootcamp and you're here, tell me what you're loving so far. So, headline, empathy, showing up as the expert, call to action, right? Those 4 things. If you didn't write those down, write them down. If you don't have a chance to write them down because you're listening to this in the car, no big deal. They're going to be in the show notes. Those are going to go out to you in email tonight. Super excited to have more of you join. I know some of you want to. I'm struggling to get quality leads. I have tons of leads, but most don't turn into buyers. Any suggestions? That is a really, Nicole, it's super vague. There could be so many things. if I were you and I was in your position right now and I was like, I don't understand why my leads aren't turning into buyers, I would evaluate like what my close ratio is compared to most people's close ratio. Because here's the thing, you can have 100 conversations and only close 2 people, and that would be considered normal. I want you guys to hear that. That's the hard truth of doing business. If you talk to 100 people, only 2 could say yes, and that would be considered normal, right? So I would take a look at that. I would take a look at how am I showing up? Am I actually showing up as the expert? Do people believe me? Am I giving enough proof that I am the expert? Am I offering something that people find valuable? And if they didn't find it valuable, I'd want to find out why. What's missing, right? Oh, okay. Early in the week, you said join groups where your ideal client hangs out. But then what do you do, especially as cold messaging is a no-no? Be supportive and helpful. Let people know what you have going on, right? Be present in the group. Become an asset in that group is the best way. Here's an example. When I first started my bookkeeping business, I went into all of my local community groups and I said, hey, my name's Alyssa. I just started a small business doing bookkeeping. I quit my job as a CFO. This is what kind of experience I have. If you guys know anybody who might be like, if you know anyone who needs to see this post or might be interested, can you tag them below? That was it, right? Another thing that I've done is gone into groups where I know they could use my value and say like, hey, I'm just doing this really awesome training this week. It's going to show you all of these things, right? So become an asset in that group. I enjoy doing payroll. Any words of advice for showing up as the expert for payroll? I mean, what are people's payroll, like biggest payroll issues? Right now, if I was a payroll expert, I would be talking about ERTC all freaking day long. How I can get you more money. How I can advise you on getting ERTC. Any kind of other tax breaks or tax cuts that people can get right now due to COVID. How to save more money on your payroll. How to like how to run payroll on your own, right? Do you want to run payroll on your own? Sure, this is the best way to do it. Show them how to do it, because most likely they're not going to want to do it on their own once they see what it takes. How do I find out where to hang out to find leads? You should go ask your ideal client where they hang out. That's what I would ask you right now, or I would ask right now. I would, if I were to go back to doing my bookkeeping business and even my coaching business, and I was to start from scratch, I would talk to everyone I knew in my niche, and I would say, hey, are you in any Facebook groups? What kinds of groups do you hang out in? Would you use all 4 of these in a long form post only, or do you pick and choose some points when you're making shorter posts? Yeah, you can use all of this information in all kinds of different ways. If my ideal client doesn't ask questions in groups, how do I know what they're thinking? They post expert posts because they are 6 and 7 figure women, 6 and 7 figure women coaches. You likely should create value for them then. So creating value, where would they find value? I would need to know more about what you do, but because I can tell you, because I am a 6, 7 figure coach, so I could kind of tell you, but I don't ask questions. You're right. I'm not going to ask questions in a group. I just won't. But what I do is I do see groups. So I would see if somebody, for example, I just saw somebody post. I think it was Kaz. She posted somewhere that like this is what she does, and I just saw it in a thread, and I was like, ooh, that's actually something that I might need, right? When you schedule your content, does it always go to the Facebook business page? How do I get it to a personal news feed? I post it on my news feed, copy and paste over to my business page. So I want all of you to post a post today. Using the information we talked about today, your homework is to make a post, and then I want you to post it in here. Okay? Make a post. Do it. Cheers to making a post today. Who's doing it? Who's going to do it? How do I know where my ideal client hangs out, especially in a niche that I'm new to? Guys, stop overthinking this. Go ask them. Go talk to somebody in the niche that you're in. Find out. Go ask those people. Hey, I see that you are this type of person. Where are you in Facebook groups? Where do you hang out? Right? If you have no connections with that specific niche and you have no one that you could talk to in that specific niche, I would then question, why is that your niche? If you know nothing about them, you've never talked to one of them, I would be curious and wonder, why would you pick that as a niche then, right? Because does that make sense? How can you be the expert for somebody you don't and know anything about? You don't even know what group they would be in, right? And not that you can't learn, but maybe it is, are you picking a niche? Are you picking a person just to pick somebody? I would ask you that. Awesome. Me, ye, yep. Okay, everybody's making posts today. What are the best bookkeeping niches in your opinion? I don't think there's a best niche. I think the best niche is the one that you can serve the best. If in your lifetime you have been able to help a specific type of person get ahead multiple times, or if you've already had an area of focus and you know you can help them based on your own experience, based on the experience you have, that's what I would lean into. If you don't know any of that, right? If you don't know any of that, then I would go broad. I would go broad right now, and I would say I'm offering these services, and I would start looking local. I would just look local for local businesses. That's how I started my bookkeeping business. I didn't go broad. I had no bookkeeping clients outside of my county. I had one outside my county. One outside of my county. The rest were all within my county. Most of them, 3 of them were actually right down the road from me, like very local. They were all within a 15-minute drive. Okay, how do we decide what's better to post for free that we should pay for? I don't want to give it all away. Ooh, interesting. This is a concept. Trust me when I say, I'm giving so much to you guys for free right now. I'm doing 5 days of live trainings, giving you my best stuff. Josh, you bought my program. You still bought my program, right? So my point is, you can give a lot away for free, and there's still going to be people who buy because they want it broken down in more detail. They want somebody to show me. I used to have a math teacher. His name was Mr. Para. He used to call it the show me tribe. There are still going to be the show me tribe people. That's probably something you're not supposed to say anymore. You probably shouldn't say that. I bet as a teacher, he would get in trouble today for saying that. But that's what he used to call us. When he'd be like, no, show me. He used to call us show me tribe. Anyways, so there are still going to be people who need more details. They want it broken down at a micro level. There are very few people in the world who will be able to take this live information and go implement it perfectly, feel validated, feel like they have it all right, and go take action immediately. Okay, this is good. I'm the worst at giving the majority of my service away for free. I don't give away service for free. I don't give away program for free. I don't give away product for free. I give away some value for free in these opportunities right here. And you know what I do from there? I always charge, and I choose what I give away for free. I will never coach one of you in the DMs. If any of you messaged me right now and said, Alyssa, can you help me this? I would straight up say no. I'd be like, no, thank you. Here's a sales page. Like, you want to be coached by me? You have to join my program. I don't do that. set boundaries, right? Okay, so what do you do for free but pay for how to do it? Yes, the what and the why is free. The how to do it is what you pay for. And I've given you guys a lot of how to within this content, but it's structured that way because I know the Moneymaker Bootcamp breaks it down at such a micro level. And also, I'm holding your hand in that program. So I know there's more to it, right? Big rule of thumb, don't be afraid to give too much value overall. All right, so just really quick. Oh, $50. Hold on. Let me give away $50 today. Who are we giving $50 away to? Who wants it? Can somebody comment? All of you comment if you want the $50. I always forget that we're giving away money. I'm bad. Should we skip it today? Let's see. I'm going to wait until a bunch of you post me. I'll take it. Let's see. All right, I got a bunch of people. Give me some dollar signs, dollar signs. All right, I'm going to scroll up, and then I'm going to scroll all the way back down. And the first person who's there, Nicole Teeter. Nicole Teeter is who I picked. Nicole, you just won $50. My team will reach out to you. Josh just puts like a bunch of letters. All right, great content today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alexa says I'll take it. That's funny. All right, Nicole won the money. Good job, Nicole. Awesome job to show up and be here. Moneymaker Bootcamp, we start August 9th. The doors are going to close. You guys, over the next 2 days, what's going to happen is we are going to be interviewing our previous winners in this group. So we're going to be interviewing our previous winners. I'm so excited about it. They're going to give you some advice. They're going to coach you a little bit on what they've done, how things have worked for them, why they think they had the edge to win. And so I am so freaking excited. I don't know if I've ever been more excited about an interview. Like, I get pretty pumped about interviews, but interviewing our previous Moneymaker Bootcamp winners is just a whole vibe, right? So we are going to be interviewing them both Friday and Saturday. Both Friday and Saturday. I will be interviewing them in this group. So jump in tomorrow. Check out the interview. If you guys have any questions about Moneymaker Bootcamp, if you are interested, if you want to talk to somebody. I had a couple people message me. I'll be honest, I'm the worst with messages. I don't get back to them all the time. So, yeah, same time tomorrow. Same time tomorrow. If you have any questions about joining Moneymaker Bootcamp, you want to get in, but you have a question, comment on this post. I'm interested. I have some questions. My team will reach out to you, okay? They're going to be better at reaching out to you. They're going to be better at answering all your questions. I'm doing a lot on the visionary part of my business, so I don't always get down to the nitty-gritty details, but that's what I have a team for, so they can be supportive, support me, support you. It all works out. All right. Mwah. Love you guys. This has been so much fun. I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll party again. Big party day tomorrow. We'll give away money to the most engaged. Most engaged is going to win some money tomorrow. So most engaged person, if you guys have questions about bootcamp at all, let me know. I hope more of you join. I know that you will. We've been seeing all of the people join today. It's been so fun to watch you all get in on this love. So talk to you guys later. Bye.